Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Tyrant, and today we're going to be printing and then painting some mini Doomslayer figurines. Let's get into it. So jumping right into today's build, we're going to be printing this 3D model. Now I will leave a link down below for where I found it. Now the actual footage of the printing process got lost, so we're going to be jumping ahead just a bit to when I'm cleaning the finished prints. First off, I will use a toothbrush to remove any of the leftover resin or residue and preserve a lot of the small and finicky details. I'll use a cloth to dry the model somewhat before putting them in the UV chamber to cure and become hardened. Now the printer does leave some imperfections, and in this particular case the actual head didn't print on this one, which is why it's in two separate pieces instead of one. I'll use some filler to fill in some of the defects from the printing process. I will then move on to using some sandpaper to sand off some of the rough edges. I'll then use a Scotch-Brite pad so the paint will adhere to the model a lot easier. I'll use a matte black to be the base coat for the entire model. As you can see, it looks quite good already. So next we're going to move on to painting. I'm going to be using primarily a airbrush for a lot of the painting on this model. I am using a reference image from the game to get my colors right. I'll be starting off with a brown on the left side arm. So the painting process does take a while, and it's basically just building up the layers one by one. Each one is telling their own story. Now in between different painting sections of the model, I will be clear coating it. Now I'm going to show it to you once. This is so that it would protect the undercoats of paint while being able to apply new coats of paint without damaging what was underneath. So I'm going to be going on to the green. Now the green took me a while to actually get right. For some reason I wasn't able to get the green how I wanted, but eventually I was able to get a green that I was happy with. With all the base layers on, I can then move on to some of the smaller accented details. Now I wasn't making these up, I was just going with what I had on the reference image. Now it is something to note that this model isn't exactly the one from the game. I believe it's the one from the 2016 Doom game, not from the Doom Eternal game. So the model is actually slightly different. That's why you see me adding some details that aren't actually modeled in to the actual print. I think I'm going to be quiet now and just let the time lapse of the painting process play out. So now that we close out the painting process, I need to attach the head to the main body. So the first thing that I'm going to do is mix up a 2-part epoxy. I'll mix in a little bit of black paint so that if any of it leaks anywhere, you won't actually see it and it will blend in with the model. I'll also use a bit of hot glue so that the head stays in place while the epoxy fully cures. Here they are, the finished figurines. They came out really well. I'm really happy with the green one as well. It took a while to get the right shades of colors, like the right shade of green and brown, but I felt like I got close enough in the end. The quality of them is pretty good. The quality of the print was fine, but that's more my printer. I'll leave a link down below for the 3D model I used, because I purchased mine online for like 10-15 bucks. I'm really happy with the quality of that as well. Let me know if you like the green or red one. I'm not sure which one is going to stay on the set at this point. I might actually just keep the green one on the set from now on. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video. Have a good one.